Hunting the Coins here. Today I'll be talking about masternodes. So what are masternodes? In its basic essence, masternodes are computers that run a copy of the blockchain and perform additional services for the network, such as verifying transactions, routing transactions for private coins, and also governance voting, so voting on the budget system. A collateral is usually required. For example, Dash would require you to lock 1,000 Dash coins. And the masternodes are given a percentage of the block reward for running a masternode. For Dash, you get about 45% of the block reward. The miners get the other 45%, and the 10%, the final 10% goes to the budgeting system. Masternodes is different from proof of stake. In masternodes, usually it's a fixed amount of coins, whereas proof of stake, you can stake any amount of coins, but if you have a low amount of coins, the time it takes to get a block reward would be extremely long. For example, you can stake Quantum and Pivx, and you can also code stake Neo. Code staking means you don't need to run a VPS or stake a wallet that is connected to the internet. You can just turn off your computer and claim your coins when you're online again. The idea of the masternode came from Dash. So Dash is the first masternode coin, and you need 1,000 Dash to run a masternode. That's 387,000 US dollars. Masternodes on Dash perform instant send, which means you can send transactions really quickly, and private send, which helps make sure the coins are not traceable, and budgeting, which is the 10% block reward and how that money gets spent. There are a few things you should consider if you want to run a masternode. First of all, you need to run a VPS. You need a basic knowledge of Linux, and you should never run from a hot wallet, because if your computer gets hacked, then all your coins can get stolen. The development, which is very important for all coins. Governance is extremely important because it means that the developers will be properly paid to continue development of the project, and you can also fund marketing campaigns for the project. The ROI is extremely important. You don't want the block rewards given to masternodes to be extremely low, otherwise there won't be enough masternodes. But at the same time, you don't want it to be way too high, otherwise there will be inflation. There'll be way too many coins in circulation, and the price of the coin will. Volume and liquidity is extremely important. You don't want somebody who wants to buy a masternode or wants to sell a masternode to affect the price significantly. There are a lot of masternode coins that don't have enough liquidity, and that is a huge problem in my opinion. The cost is also extremely important. If you can't afford a masternode, then you can't run a masternode. Here are a couple of masternodes that I've been researching quite a bit about. So Dash obviously is the most expensive masternode with a market cap of 3 billion. And then you have Pivx, which has a relatively low ROI in comparison with all the other coins on this table. And then you got Syscoin, which 15% is quite decent, but that requires 43,000 US dollars. You can see all these masternodes on this chart require at least $30,000 to $30,000, and the cheapest masternode you can see on the table is Smart Cash. Smart Cash has a really good feature. It has a governance system similar to Dash. I think there's only 3 coins on this table that really have a governance. That's Dash, Smart Cash, and BlockNet. All the other cryptocurrencies on this table only have a masternode system. And Deviant on this table has a really high ROI. That's because they use a seesaw mechanism. So if there's not enough masternodes, the ROI goes up way high. And if there's way too many masternodes, the ROI would drop back. But at the moment, I think Deviant is more of a pump. Not sure if it's going to dump soon, but the price action has been going exponential in the past couple of weeks. Finally, Zoin is planning to do a hard fork early June with a privacy-centric coin called Nick. So it's basically a DEX that with privacy features, so you can use atomic swap and all that good stuff and trade other cryptocurrencies without ever being traced, because the next token will be the intermediary coin if you want to swap to another coin. So it would be literally untraceable. But I think at the moment it's more of a white paper idea, and only time will tell whether they can pull this off. And finally, Zencash is planning to do a network upgrade. They're introducing supernodes. Usually, before they only had secure nodes, which require 42 Zen, and you were getting 3.5% of the block reward. But with the introduction of supernodes, both secure nodes and supernodes are getting 10% of the block reward, which is a pretty decent ROI if you think about it. And they're also using a seesaw mechanism. So if the number of Zen supernodes decline or secure node declines, then the ROI goes really high up. This is something that I would keep an eye on, because Zencash is actually part of the DGC portfolio, which is DGC is a digital currency group, a large investment company in the cryptocurrency space, and being added to their portfolio is actually a very big deal. And finally, if you can't afford any of these coins, just get a coin that can be staked. You can stake Quantum, you can stake Neo, and you can also stake Pivx. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next one.